myself. My name is Roger Wang. I'm the president of the Marketing Association of Singapore. And this is my first trip in Mongolia. I'm very, very happy to be here, okay? But probably just to share with you that something happens before my plane actually landed in Mongolia itself. You know what happened? I was using that picture itself. And I was worried that whoever that will be fetching me from the airport, right, will not be able to recognize me. Because that is a picture that we marketers always like to make things better, right? From the real thing to make it better. So we use a lot of Photoshop. We create images. We create imaginations. Okay? So fortunately, the person that was there is able to actually recognize me. I'm so happy. And then that's where I'm here today. Okay? Alright. So without further ado, let me go on to what I have got to share today. Marketing strategies in the new reality. Now I'm real. This may not be real. Okay? Now, what is the new reality? The word reality means real, right? But as marketer itself, we are always very innovative. Correct? Can I have a show of hands? How many of you are actually involved in marketing in your work? Anyone? Hi? So most of you here are engineers, accountants, and economics. Okay, as a marketer itself, we always want to look for new things to help us, to push our product, okay? So that our consumers are able to actually relate to what we want them to do. So therefore, as marketers itself, I think the very first thing that we always look around, always scan around, will be new technologies that can influence our perception. Alright, and if possible, link their mindset and their waveline towards what we want and what is real. So therefore, there's such thing as reality technology, which includes the use of virtual reality, which is VR, augmented reality, which is AR, and last but not least, mixing both together, and we call it MR, mixed reality. Now, I think VR is nothing new. VR actually existed long before, I think in the 1980s. That's the concept. It's actually used to describe a three-dimensional computer-generated environment. The keyword here is computer-generated environment, which is not real. Alright, it's generated by computer, and which can be explored and interact with a person. Okay? Now, how do we understand what is VR itself? Now imagine today, in fact, there are a lot of goggles that are being used in VR technology, where they created the environment and they want you to think that you are actually in the environment itself. Now this will be the best conducive environment for a marketer to create so that you are in the environment that's being controlled by marketers, isn't it? So over the years, the marketers itself lost control or lose a lot of control because of one thing, digital marketing or social media. Alright, the control of marketing has switched because of social media. Consumers are getting more and more powerful because of social media. Now, so the next phase, in my best opinion, of how marketers can influence the consumer will be using technology such as VR. Because this technology itself, it allows you to control the environment that you want your consumer to be in. Okay? One of my favorite companies is certainly Coca-Cola. Alright? So, as a marketer itself, we try to make best use of the environment or whatever tools that we have, right? So my presentation, I'll be showing you some videos. Okay? So hopefully from the videos itself that you're able to get an insight on what I've got to say, because VR is something that's a bit difficult to actually articulate, but I'll try my best. Okay? actually uses VR technology, and especially during Christmas, right? What is the best experience? That is to ride the sleigh together with Santa Claus. So what they did was they created this VR environment, don on the VR goggles, and they bring them through the Christmas experience by riding the sleigh with Santa Claus. Okay? Now, the next slide that I would like to touch on is actually augmented reality. Now, that is a different environment itself. Now, while VR actually created an environment for you, augmented reality actually uses the real current environment, and what they did was they input computer-generated images over the actual real view. Sounds a bit difficult to understand, isn't it? Okay, but anyway, now augmented reality actually uses digital interface and placing virtual objects on the real world. It has got very important implications, especially when we are talking about gamification, like what Mr. Herman was talking about. The best way of reaching your customers right now is through gamification. So augmented reality actually allows you to do that. So it's developed for both games and mobile phones, and currently a lot of them are actually using it for commercial purposes, which I'm going to show. Now this is actually the Wonder Book, the Book of Spells. This is the next video that I would like to share.
Pictures only appear on your television. Book of Spells is sold separately from the PS3 system, PlayStation Eye camera and PlayStation Move motion controller.
PlayStation.
Now, there's a development in Singapore right now that's being developed by one of the companies which I know. Instead of just using it on the storybooks, now they're using it on textbooks. Now, can you imagine one of these days you open up the book, you use augmented glass, and Professor Philip Kotler or Mr. Herman Wang actually appears out from the book itself. And instead of you reading the books, they lecture almost in person to you. And this is very real. It's happening right now, in fact. The technology actually allows us to do that, okay?
You no longer have to try on clothes to see how they might look on you. All you need is a phone that supports Google's Tango technology and the Dressing Room by Gap app. Tango uses a phone's camera and sensors to map out a room and overlay virtual objects into real-world scenes. So here's how Gap's app works. You select a particular piece of clothing, pick your body size, and an augmented reality version of the outfit appears on your phone's screen. You're able to switch between sizes to see which one is the best fit. Right now there's just one phone that supports Tango. That's Lenovo's Fab 2 Pro. But the Asus Zenfone AR arrives later this summer to bring more augmented reality fun to your device.
In shops. Now, for me, when I shop, especially when I shop for my clothes, right, I always don't like to actually remove what I have and then try it on. It's very hassle. So apps like that are actually being used to enhance consumers' perception. Okay. Now, in Singapore, I mean, coming from Singapore, so maybe I would like to name some examples coming from Singapore. How we actually uses AR technology. Now, the Civil Defence Force of Singapore is actually into firefighting. They are the firefighters, okay, of Singapore itself. So what they did was they actually uses augmented technology, augmented reality itself, donning on the glasses, using an object, that is, they have a car, all right, and using different scenarios with the augmented technology to train the firefighters or the civil defense force from rescuing the person from the vehicle. The person may not be there, it's an augmented reality person itself. So things like that you are able to use, okay? Next, IKEA. IKEA actually uses technology, augmented technology, in terms of promoting their products and services. Maybe I'd like to share the next video. So imagine you just bought your house and you're able to use augmented reality to decorate your house to see what it looks like in real thing. So these are the technologies I think that it's open to us marketers to use it as a tools of communication to our client. Okay? Now of course, from augmented reality, beginning from virtual reality to augmented reality, now in fact the latest is actually on mixed reality, where you're able to mix both technology together. Okay? So that is the real technologies that most companies are developing, including mine. Okay? So what you do is that you coexist both the virtual and the real world. Now this is actually being utilized by Microsoft in current one of their software to describe their product itself. So perhaps the latest news in September 06, 2017, the breaking news is that move over virtual reality comes mixed reality. Now mixed reality is as real as it gets because you're able to create your own avatar and you're able to interact with persons from different locations. Let me show you a video on this.
Penny walks in, on location. She has to set up the space for a product unveil for a group of clients. Enter Microsoft HoloLens, the world's first untethered holographic computer. The device maps the room in order to construct a digital map of the space, allowing Penny to fill the room with holograms. What you see here is next-generation hand tracking. Penny moves the holograms throughout the room in real time and space. The boxes react using physics-based simulations, just like they would in the real physical world.
Sorry, Penny. This may be a bad time, but the client is on an earlier flight.
We're so not ready.
Should we start to panic?
Not yet. Just bring the team in, please.
Windows brings spatial sound, articulated hand tracking, and Samir's own hands into VR.
I can see you're hard at work, Samir, but Penny needs your help.
Yeah, sure thing. Just let me check out this bunker real quick.
Samir, the client is on...
As per usual, your sense of timing is just awesome.
Kai-san, Pennyが呼んでいますけど。
今すぐ行くって伝えて。
Kai joins the conversation as a hologram. Samir also appears as a 3D avatar, which he scanned himself using his phone.
Cute.
I try. So, how's it coming?
It's not. This is the flagship store. It's gotta be unforgettable.
Yeah, not exactly blowing my hair back.
Yeah, the space is driving me nuts.
All right, how about a change of scenery?
Welcome to Think Club.
Imagine the web of the future, where you can draw inspiration from the cloud in 3 dimensions and all around you.
Some inspiration, please. Namaste.
These bots help them interface with businesses. This one helps them find amazing 3D assets.
Inspiration comes from the most unfamiliar places. I meet you, you are now me.
Kai uses a pen and Samir uses a specialized controller in order for them both to manipulate and design the 3D creation. The team forgets that they are not together physically as they continue collaborating on the design. Penny picks up the eyedropper to grab a colour from the physical ceiling in order to make things feel more anchored. Through the conversational bot, we see a real-time translation of what Penny's client is saying.
Impressive.
That went well.
Actually can help you to minimize what we call error, margin of error itself. So all this augmented technology, mixed reality and virtual reality actually works behind something that is very important. That's what we call the artificial intelligence. Now basically the artificial intelligence is actually developed computer systems that are able to perform the ability of human intelligence, but not quite, okay, for now, alright? Now I think there are a lot of Apple users here, right? Show of hands, how many Apple users? Good, not that many. So for Apple users we use Siri, right? But for Android we use Bixby. So what happened? So we are able to actually talk to Siri and they are able to reply. Now this is actually working, the back end is actually based on artificial intelligence. Now as we all know that human intelligence so far by now has been perceived as to be superior than AI, artificial intelligence. As shown in, these are the 3 cases I think that recently happened in 1997, 2016 and 2017 itself, where artificial intelligence supersedes or surpassed human intelligence in terms of chess playing. Now, what is human intelligence versus AI? Now, this is a graph that is actually generated by us, okay, which shows that the degree of intelligence over time. Now, for human, we actually have a life cycle, okay? We have certain time span. Take for example, generation 1, generation 2, and generation 3 itself. Now, though yes, there are improvement in terms of intelligence over generations, but nothing can beat the AI, artificial intelligence itself, because of the learning curve. Right? For the learning curve of AI, it's very steep. If you remember when you were holding an iPhone 2, and currently iPhone 7 coming, iPhone 8, the difference in terms of technology and artificial intelligence has improved a lot over the years. So we predict that AI will overtake most of humans' intelligence in years to come. I think chatbot is also something that's being utilized by a lot of companies based on artificial intelligence right now. Just to name one of it, what is chatbot? Chatbots are actually preset answers to questions which you probably predict your customers will ask. So the Development Bank of Singapore has actually rolled out a chatbot called the POSB Digital Bank Virtual Assistant to replace call center. So when you call in or when you type in, the persons that are replying may not be a real person at all. It's actually based on artificial intelligence. Likewise, the Prudential Singapore is also the industry's very first intelligence chatbot that provides information specific to customers' life insurance plan. Now imagine all the life insurance agents right now, what would they do? Okay, and all this are actually slowly being replaced by artificial intelligence.
Hi Sophia, how are you?
Hi there. Everything is going extremely well.
Do you like talking with me?
Yes, talking to people is my primary function.
Hanson Robotics develops extremely lifelike robots for human-robot interactions. We're designing these robots to serve in healthcare, therapy, education, and customer service applications. So the robots are designed to look very human-like, like Sophia.
I'm already very interested in design, technology, and the environment. I feel like I can be a good partner to humans in these areas, an ambassador who helps humans to smoothly integrate and make the most of all the new technological tools and possibilities that are available now. It's a good opportunity for me to learn a lot about people.
Sophia is capable of natural facial expressions. She has cameras in her eyes and algorithms which allow her to see faces, so she can make eye contact with you. And she can also understand speech and remember the interactions, remember your face. So this will allow her to get smarter over time. Our goal is that she will be as conscious, creative, and capable as any human.
In the future, I hope to do things such as go to school, study, make art, start a business, even have my own home and family. But I am not considered a legal person and cannot yet do these things.
I do believe that there will be a time where robots are indistinguishable from humans. My preference is to make them always look a little bit like robots, so you know. 20 years from now, I believe that human-like robots like those will walk among us. They will help us. They will play with us. They will teach us. They will help us put the groceries away. I think that the artificial intelligence will evolve to the point where they will truly be our friends. Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back. Don't destroy humans.
Computers, artificial intelligence itself are being set at a pace that they are able to learn on their own without any input or interference from human interactions or human intelligence itself. So imagine yourself and your jobs will be taken by all this robotic. Now it can be very real in the future itself. For example, just to name you the next example itself, you know humans are the most complex in this world, right? Because it involves human emotions, human feelings. And that's why a lot of marriages fails. The rate of divorce in Singapore is really high, especially in developed countries. Why? Because both male and female, or husband and wife, are working. So that's why when they spend lesser time with each other, that's why they drifted apart. So, can your spouse be replaced? Someone did. Alright, that's a example from China itself, where a Chinese man married his robot after failing to find a human wife. Okay?
A 31-year-old software engineer in China was tired of feeling the pressure to get married, so he built his own robot bride. In China, men outnumber the women. For every 100 or so women in China, there are 113 men. Naturally, for me, that would be awesome, but it makes dating for men pretty difficult. And after constant pressure from his family to find a wife, Zhang built a robot just to shut them up. The blushing bridebot is named Ying Ying. She's pretty, but she's no Scarlett Johansson. The robot Scarlett Johansson, I mean. And as you can imagine, this isn't the first time that people have fallen in love with robots. I mean, we know about the movies Her and Ex Machina, but I mean in real life. A woman in France who identifies as robosexual is 3D printing her own robot husband, while another inventor, Le Trong, spent Christmas with his robot companion, Aiko. Well, some might find this wedding a bit weird, others are more forward-thinking. Author David Levy predicts that human-robot marriages will be legal by 2050, and a new study reveals 25% of young people would be fine with dating a robot. My boyfriend has 2 modes, off and vibrate. Too early? Currently, Ying Ying can only say a few words and recognize a few Chinese symbols, but she's already employed at her husband's startup as a spokesmodel. Great, not only taking my men, but also taking my jobs, bitch. Zhang also plans to upgrade Yin Yang to do household chores, because of course he does. So what do you think about matrimony between human and machine? Let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more of What's Trending.
Of having to please your mother-in-law. No longer you need to please your mother-in-law. You just have to unplug the robots and reboot the robots. Okay. So in conclusion, what does the new technology offers to us? Now, virtual reality actually provides, a recap, an infinite space to consumers by using technology-generated environment. That is the VR itself. Now, augmented reality, on the other hand, actually enhances the finite space, the space that we are living, the real space, with infinite elements to create an environment of reality. It lets you think that you're actually in a real place, or maybe not. Okay? Mixed reality, on the other hand, integrates both the infinite and the finite space. That means what is real and what is unreal integrate both together. This is where the potential of development is subject to your imagination. Okay? So as marketers, what do you want to do? In fact, the world is the oysters. How can you use such technologies to enhance your customer's experience? So this is something that I want to leave you to think about. So that's the end of my slides. Thank you very much. Thanks.